a chair and join me today. Out in my workshop, I'm tinkering away. Wand above staring down on me. Wonder what my next project will be. Working on my Johnson, my Merc Mark 10. Firing up my StarCraft to fish again. Grab your friends and your dog is too, to watch Tim's Workshop on my YouTube.
Hey, welcome to Tim's Workshop. This is part 4 of the Merc Mark 10, 1957. Old vintage outboard. Going to work on the magneto, hooking up the fuel, put new spark plugs in that I got. Takes J8Cs. It's actually take 7 J's. They don't have them anymore. So this is one step up, but it's okay to use J8Cs. Nothing wrong with being a little bit hotter. If you like my videos, please subscribe, especially if you're new. Okay, subscribe, leave comments, hit the notification bell if you like. Give me a like, hit the old hand thing. Let your friends and family know about my videos too. So let's get going on this. It's coming along. I'm hoping to get through on this video, get far enough along that we can put it in the barrel and start it up. Alright, so let's get going on this. Okay, so what I did is I loosened these up, made sure they're even on this ear and this ear over here. Make sure they're even as possible. Same thing on this side. If you feel any burr, you know, take a little file and file off the burr. The coils are set. That's one way of setting them. A lot of people do it that way. And the flywheel will fit right over the top of it. Next thing is the fuel lines. There's that on that. Tight enough. Okay, now this one. Okay, so those are on. Now the fuel hose. Okay, we want to cut this down to right about there. I put a little oil on the hose to make it slide on a little easier. And then I'll get this started here. Let's get these new spark plugs on here. Let's turn this just a little bit more. That's just about the way it looks in the book. Let's see what our gap is. Beautiful. So that's good. So now we'll turn it around to the other side. So it's almost to the same spot. right there. Okay, so let's see what this this looks like. Oh yeah, actually I think it's just a little bit too loose. So let's tighten that gap up a little bit. Okay, that's good. Okay, there we go. Okay, and that is right there. Beautiful. Okay, turn this all the way around. Right about there. Beautiful. I want that just a little bit closer. Right there. Okay. Beautiful. So the points are set. Alright, make sure these are tight. Make sure they're tight. There we go. All right, well, these metal clamps, I'm going to take them off and replace them with tie straps. There's just no room to have these bands sticking out, so plus you could get cut on them, you know. So for this motor I need all the clearance I can get on the side here. So what we're going to do is, in fact, I hope the hood fits over this piece right here. I might have to turn this thing in a little bit, but with the tie strap on there, it's not gonna chafe the spark plug cable. So that's the main point here, is to get rid of that issue. There we go. Get that off. Get that on. Get this on. Okay. Tie straps. Okay. Okay. Okay, there's one. There we go. Okay, I won't know about this until I try putting the hood on. Now I need to tighten these things. All right. I got the two in the back tightened. I'm getting this forward one tightened. And there we go. Next is the flywheel. Okay, there's the key. There's the key on this. Just make sure the washer's going to fit in here. Oh yeah, my new made washer for this. There we go. Okay. There's the nut. Now, if I remember right, I think this was 65 foot-pounds. Let me pull it up on my phone here. Okay, flywheel to crankshaft, 65 foot-pounds. You follow this line over. Here we go. All right, this one right here. Mark 28, 28A, 15, 10, and 10A. So there we go, 65 foot-pounds. So I stuck this screwdriver in one of these holes here, and I used the old style torque wrench to get it up to 65 foot-pounds. So that's torqued now. Yay! We're going to continue on with the Mercury Mark 10. We got the flywheel on here. I probably have to pull the flywheel back off, but we'll do that later. Right now, what we want to do is we want to get this thing in the barrel and start testing it, see how the fuel works, the spark, put the prop on, make sure it's switching in and out of gears and into neutral. So we got to get the tiller handle on there. I don't want to be doing this with a pair of vice grips forever. Get down there on the parts. Get down there. So there's some parts in here that attach the tiller. think I'll rearrange the camera here so there's a better view of what I'm doing. There we go. That looks pretty good. So let's get this masking tape off of here. Flip this up, put this in. Raise this up. Slide this in. Screw this down ways. There we go. Okay, not too tight and not too loose. I got some of that red paint, right? So I'll mask this off. There's a notch here showing you where neutral is, and forward and reverse, okay? Let's get this thing fired up. Got it in neutral. Okay. Get this turned over a little bit further. Seeing good. Alrighty. It's missing a little bit. I probably have to, like I said, I might have to take the flywheel back off and play with it some more. Yeah. Spark plugs seem to be doing good. You know, it's like it fires and then it quits. You know, I don't know. It's just it's a little rough is what I'm trying to say. So I need to smooth it out. Everything put together now. It does run, but it's running rough. I need to make adjustments on the carbs. To do that, I just need to read up on it a little bit more and put it in the barrel. I'm going to take the flywheel back off because I want to double check the points settings, because I was going by a picture in the book, but that might have not been in the right spot. So I'm going to do it the surefire way of getting those points set so I know exactly when they open, and then I'm going to mark it with a marker from 0 to 180 degrees on the other side, and that way I can get them set and synchronized. There's tools that you can buy to do that with, but I think I can do it without it. I'm going to try anyway. I've set them before on a prior video, and it actually ran pretty good. So I know I can get this thing running better. Check to make sure that the spark is flying on both of these spark plugs, just to make sure. The spark plugs, if it still runs funny, I'm going to take those spark plugs out, put the old ones that I kept, clean them, put them back in, and see if there's a difference between the plugs too. Even though it says I can use the J8Cs, it might not work for this motor. So we're going to try a few different things. I took it in, took the flywheel off, adjusted the points, and the way I adjusted the points so they're best synchronized as possible is I turned the point, the crank, I turned the crank until those points opened up, right, on one side. And then I kept churning and went to instead of a 20 thou, I put in, tried a 21 thou, 22 thou, and the first one was up to 22 before I even got to where it started closing again. So right before it started closing again, I brought it back down to 20, took it back to the beginning of the cam where it started first opening, and got it up to 20. And then rotated it around and kept checking with the 21 to see if the 21 wouldn't fit. And that's how I adjusted it. And then I went back to where it just started to open, marked it, and then I turned, put a mark 180 degrees opposite on the exact other side of where it first starts opening up, where it opens up to the 20 thou, right? And then I adjusted that one over there, and I went past until it started closing, backed it up, and tried to see what the opening was on it, and it was 20. So I went back to the beginning where it first started opening, it was 20. In the middle, it was still 20. So I knew I was set, and I had it synchronized at 180 degrees across from each other. So both of them are at 20 thou gap. So then I put the flywheel back on. I took the new spark plugs out and cleaned the old ones, put the old ones back in, and that's where we're at right now. So I'm going to start it. What I did is I adjusted the carburetor. So I started, hang on a second. This is the low speed, this one that's up above. The one down below is the high speed. So the low speed is the one you want to work on when it's in idle, right? So I got it started. I started churning it. I have this thing out about 2 churns, and then I started churning it in clockwise until I got the sneeze, you know, the sneeze wheeze or wherever you call it. And so where it starts missing, right? And then I brought it back out clockwise until it quit sneezing, you know, missing. And then once I had that going, I revved it up a little bit, and it was sneezing a little bit more at a little bit of higher speed. And then I went down to the high speed and played with that a little bit. But really the high speed, the one below, you want this thing full throttle when you adjust it, okay? And when you do that, you want to be on the lake, you know, with it full open. And it has a hole right here where you can put a screwdriver in, right? It's a round head, so you can't put like a socket on, unfortunately. So you have to get in there and hopefully get it, and then play with that one until it quits sneezing. And actually, the way it goes is when you have it in high speed and you turn this high speed screw, when your idle picks up to the max RPM, that's where you want this thing, okay? So that's how you set the carburetor on low speed and high speed. So let's go ahead and start it up and see what we got here. I already had it started once, so don't need to pump the ball, I don't think. But, yeah, I guess we could. When it sets a little bit, you want to make sure it's just a couple slight pumps. That's all you want. And take it off a choke, because that's how you kill the thing, is you put the choke on, and that's how you kill it. Put this in the start position, all the way over to your right. Make sure it's in neutral. That's another thing. This motor wasn't set up to have this button on it, so I'm going to remove this button because it's a pain, you know. When it locks like that, you can't turn the thing, you know, so you got to do this and fiddly fart around with it, and I don't like it. I think it's stupid. It probably worked fine for the motor it was designed for, but there was very few handles to choose from, and I ended up with this one, which I like, but I don't like the button. So the button's going. All right, here we go. Put it down in the run position. Okay. Then turn up the, put it in forward. I still don't have the prop on yet. That's good. It's missing a little bit. Clockwise a little bit. Yay, it runs good. Okay, so that's it for the part 4 of the vintage outboard 1957 Merc Mark 10. If you like, please subscribe, leave comments, leave notification. Give me a like, hit the hand thing. Let your friends and family know about my videos too. So until next time, see ya!